the man that you think you are. It's the reason your fiance left you, and it's the reason your kids won't talk to you.
Yeah, you're right. There are levels to this. You do tryouts, I sign contracts. And be careful how you talk to me. Because the last person that did, outside the ring in front of 13,000 people, by a chain.
I am 31 years old. I'm a former World Tag Team Champion, a former World Champion. I've watched my family members be lowered into the ground. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I've been choked till my face turns blue, and I've been beaten in that same face over and over, and I keep coming back because I am a man!
And people of all sorts, welcome back to another installment of Beef, competition between rivals, all for the love of the game. And today we're back with a banger, a video that's been heavily requested from y'all and for me to bring to you. That's right, folks, it's time to revisit the Swerve and Hangman feud. Now, for those who are new here and haven't seen chapter 1, I highly recommend watching that video first to make sense of what we're going to be discussing for today, as we're gonna get into some wicked and wild territory in this video, because good God, the feud goes up by at least 50% after some of the unspeakable things that we witnessed today. I also want to thank Drop Mick Wrestling once again for making their video that breaks down the whole feud, as it's the catalyst to this, as well as chapter 1 and the future chapters of this entire series. So, without further ado, let's get started on part 2. So after Swerve gets his victory over Hangman at Wrestle Dream, Paige admits to going back to the drawing board and tells Swerve that him having Nana on ringside doesn't justify his victory over him. And for the next couple of weeks leading up to Full Gear, shit gets intense fast. We first go to the October 9th edition of AEW Dynamite, where we see Swerve take on the GOAT, Bryan Danielson, in a match to see who takes on Christian Cage for the TNT title on Collision. So Swerve starts to lose control in the match, but Nana decides to step in once again by distracting a referee and giving Swerve the opportunity to strike at Danielson with the crown the same way he did Paige at Wrestle Dream. But right before he attacks, Hangman comes out of nowhere and stops Swerve, protecting Danielson and helping him get the win. Now later on the same night, Hangman had a match versus Switchblade Jay White, and just like Swerve, Switchblade had the Bang Bang Gang to distract the referee. Next thing we see is Prince Nana coming in trying to hit Paige, but he gets caught. And while Hangman was distracted, Jay White got the roll up and was able to get the win over him. And rightfully so, he went down the ramp to chase off Prince Nana for costing him the match. Next we move to October 25th, and the Elite at this point are the Ring of Honor 6-man tag champs. And this here is where shit starts to hit the fan, to the point of no return. So after defending said titles, the Titantron starts to show footage of Prince Nana and Swerve going into a house that we would come to find out is Hangman's.
You need to leave!
Now, let's pause for a moment. Why would these bastards decide to break into a man's house? I don't know. Is it a bad look considering that these two are Negroes? You're damn right. This some stereotypical shit, bro. And Paige might be living in a nice suburban neighborhood, so you got two black men breaking in? Nah, the feds are finna have a field day and sending 6 warning shots to their backs each. Hangman reasonably runs out the ring while Swerve just looks through his crib. He then stops and checks the fridge to see Paige's kids' work. And you know what this dickhead did? He ripped the artwork and threw it away. Bro does not give a shit about your kids. But we only just getting started. He then hops on the couch finding Paige's kid's book and then hears a noise from another part of the house. Nana and Swerve head towards the noise and we come to find out that they in the newborn's room. Huh? Sweet baby Jesus, this is horrible. Hangman gotta be somewhere fuming his head off knowing that this man is in his house and near his baby. And I got another question. Where is his wife at? Like, was she in the house? Did she not hear these boys breaking in? If my black ass was there, I would have switched them down. They wouldn't even have the chance to step inside. So Swerve will go on to tell Hangman that because of him stopping him from getting another title opportunity, his family gonna have to pay. And for that, I say,
What the fuck?
Swerve then tells Paige that he owes him a debt and would then go on and pull out a shirt and tells baby Hangman that he is indebted to Swerve. Nah, at this point, Hangman is a justified crash out. Next, we get to November 1st and the Elite takes on the Mogul Embassy defending their 6-man tag titles. Hangman starts to line up for a buckshot lariat until Swerve and Nana come out taunting Hangman for breaking into his crib, which once again is a wild flex. Paige starts chasing Swerve and Nana down the ramp, leaving the old man Bucks to a 3v2 situation, getting jumped by the Embassy and losing the 6-man titles. And backstage isn't any better at all. Both men are being separated by security, getting ready to maul each other. So now we move on to November 8th, with Swerve taking on Mr. Smooth Operator himself, Penta. But shit ain't looking smooth for bro because Swerve starts breaking Penta's arm the same way he did Paige at Wrestle Dream and hit that man with a stomp to win the match. And as Swerve and Nana celebrate, Hangman comes out of nowhere ready to strike at them. They run out the ring, but Hangman catches up to Swerve and strikes bro with the chair. He clapped all of the security with the chair, then set Swerve up and hit him with a deadeye off the ramp through a table. I know bro's back is crying for help and agony after all that. Bro put on a match and won just to get spiked through a table. He finna start reading like Floyd Mayweather on some discombobulated shit. And look at Hangman. Bro, he is fuming, calling Swerve a dead man for what he did. And you know what? He right. The nigga broke into his crib, violated his child by throwing a shirt on them, all for the sake of a title opportunity being stolen? I can't imagine if I gotta owe the man money. Wallahi, I'd be cooked. So then we move on to November 15th, and Tony Schiavone is in the ring announcing that Swerve and Hangman will fight in a Texas death match at Full Gear, but the two cannot fight each other for the night, and if so, the match will be called off and both men will be suspended for the rest of 2023. Both men are called into the ring, and Hangman, no lie, starts to tee off. First, he questions Swerve on why he and Nana broke into his house, calling him a coward and a fraud. Then here's where he really starts to ramp shit up. He proceeds to call Strickland a dumbass and being dumber now than he was years ago when the WWE fired him. Nah, he's cooking, but he ain't out the kitchen yet, because he then recalls Strickland wanted to be the world champ, and that Swerve isn't the man that he think he is in his head, being the reason as to why his fiance left him and his kids don't fuck with him. Nah, he's frying him. But no lie, Swerve had it coming. And bro is livid. Steam is low-key coming out of his ears with how he's getting cooked on the microphone. And Hangman is still going at him, telling Strickland that he has yes men around him and that Nana is using him and his earnings to buy Zaza from high school kids. Nah, bro is spazzing. Speaking of spazzing, Nana is losing it like a kid in a Walmart, bro. But here's where he puts the icing on the cake. He then tells Swerve that he's a child, and at Full Gear, he'll be Swerve's judge, jury, and executioner. Lancaster could relate on those bars. But right before he exits, he sneaks Nana and beats his ass, because the rules said Swerve and Paige can't fight, but not Nana, and Swerve can't do anything about it, so he has to rely on security to pull Paige off of Nana just to get beat down. Hell, one of them took a buckshot lariat from bro. So right before Full Gear, Swerve goes to his old stomping grounds at Wrestler Revolver, and as he's about to get words off about his opponent, this man Hangman sneaks him again, and once again they get separated by security. And now we get to Full Gear. And what y'all about to see is carnage between these two men. So for those that don't know what a Texas death match is, it's a hardcore last standing match that was popularized by names such as Dory Funk Sr., Mick Foley, Terry Funk, and as of recent, Hangman Adam Page. Usually it's extreme as hell, and the last person to survive the 10 count by the referee is declared the winner. Now with that being said, let's get to the violence. So Swerve comes out to his entrance with Prince Nana hyping him up, when suddenly Mr. Sneak Yo Shit comes out of nowhere and tackles Swerve. This man Page ain't even had an entrance, he just went straight to that ass beating. And once again, I don't blame him. Swerve gets off of Page and runs at him just to get hit with a pop-up powerbomb, then with a buckshot lariat. And Hangman hype, he ready to toss this man around like a rag doll all around the ring. He then gets a steel chair and throws it at him, decking the fuck out of Swerve, then taping his wrist and getting, and hear me when I say this, a staple gun. Huh? Nigga, the match just started. If my black ass seen this man with a staple gun, knowing how sadistic he is, I'd be screaming to the damn rafters. And case in point, look at Swerve. He looking at that man low-key begging for his life, knowing damn well his ass can't fight back and was in the wrong. You fuck around and find out though, my boy. Page starts stapling Swerve and just keeps going right at his chest, then staples a piece of paper to his arm. Oh my lord. Man is out here grabbing a piece of paper and telling him to start writing the will. So then Hangman gets another piece of paper out, and this time it's his kid's art, the same art that Swerve ripped up back at his crib. And you know what this nigga Hangman did? This man stapled the artwork on Swerve's face. And what's crazy is that's not the worst part, because right after Page rips the paper off of Swerve's cheek, this sick fuck drank Swerve's blood. You fucks heard me correct. The nigga got down on the mat and drank Swerve's blood. I told y'all from the last video that this man is trying to get powers from this nigga. Biting was not enough, so he drank his blood instead. And what's even crazier, we're not even 10 minutes into the match. This image of Hangman with Swerve's blood all over him has the crowds losing their minds like a bunch of savages. Their brains cannot compute the classic they are witnessing. And no lie, this shit should have been the main event. It amazes me to this day how Bromance beats S-tier cinema, because ain't no fucking way. He then gets a barbed wired steel chair, but gets hit with a low blow, and Nana cuts the tape to free Swerve's hands. So Hangman then staples Swerve's chest again. And what you're about to see might be one of the hardest moments ever witnessed in pro wrestling history. Swerve slowly turns around, looking at Hangman, and is getting staple after staple jammed in him and walking Page down, then turns the staple gun at him and gives Hangman a taste of his own meds. Imagine walking down your biggest op with blood coming out of your chest. I know that nigga Swerve was feeling like Prime 50, feeling damn near untouchable. And to prove that statement, he took the staple gun and stapled himself. What the fuck? These men are sick. I tell you, sick. Hangman gets spiked by the barbed wire chair in the corner. Then Swerve gets a cinder block of all objects, and so many things could go wrong here. The two men fight on the apron, with Swerve getting Hangman up and drilling him on the cinder block. Pause! And Nana is back in Swerve's face, just speaking all kinds of gibberish to motivate him to get back up. And eventually, he does. The two get back in the ring, and Swerve walks to Hangman and gets the barbed wire right to the face. Then Page wraps Swerve with it and hits him with the fall-away slam. And this next spot y'all about to see is just as creative as it is insane. Hangman grabs the barbed wire chair and goes up onto the top rope, flying off and hitting Swerve with the moonsault with the chair, not only slicing Swerve up more, but himself in the process. Hangman then goes for another buckshot lariat, and Nana is pulling on his leg. He kicks him away and almost gets the move off, but Swerve counters. Then Hangman rolls through to get the chair and gets booted by Strickland. Then Strickland tries going for a tombstone, but Hanger reverses and hits Strickland with the tombstone right on the wire chair. And look at both men just laid out on the ground with splatter splatters of blood all around them. Shit looking like an aftermath of a war. Hangman gets back up and the referee is still counting. Nana drags Swerve to the ropes and he gets up before the 10 count, but Paige hits him with the barbed wire chair to put him right back down. The two are now on the top rope, and Paige tries going for a deadeye with Swerve countering, then hitting Paige with the chair, then powerbombs him right onto the barbed wire. But it ain't even over. Swerve gets a stomp off and Paige's back lands right on the chair. That has to be it. There's no way he's standing after that. So Swerve goes to the apron and pulls out a black bag. And for longtime wrestling fans, when a bag gets pulled out from under the ring, you know it's gonna be something painful. And what we see is exactly that, as Swerve pours out the bag on Paige, and it's a bunch of glass. This is not gonna be good. It's just not. But then the camera pans out and Swerve does a 450 right off the top rope onto the glass. Mind you, no one is forcing them to use weapons. No one is forcing them to damn near kill each other in GTA, and no one is forcing Swerve to do something so sick and twisted to another human being. Hangman's body at this point is lifeless. The ref gets to 9, and by the grace of God, Hangman gets back up on his feet. And look at Swerve! He's clutching his hands, livid out of his mind. This man Paige is not going down without a fight. Swerve runs at Paige, clotheslining him outside. Then Nana pulls out a wooden board with more barbed wire. They then set the board on 2 chairs. Swerve and Paige get back up on the top rope again, and Paige bites on Strickland again. He then looks at the setup and hits Swerve with a fallaway power slam right through it. Then Paige boots Swerve right in the face and then a powerbomb following up with a deadeye right on the barbed wire. ECW fans, eat your heart out. These boys are going through the grain. Swerve is on the brink of missing the 10 count, but Nana, being the W-mans that he is, pulls Swerve out again and he's able to stand on his own 2 feet. And bro is hitting his dance as Swerve is dazed. Niggas will do anything but be serious, even when their mans is on the brink of dying. Can't take them nowhere. And here comes Brian Cage and his big ass beating Hangman. And it's legal since it's a death match. Man's hit Paige with an F5 and then gets a table set up on ringside. Cage sets up for a powerbomb with Hangman reversing, then socking Cage with a clothesline wrapped with the wire. Then Nana comes out of nowhere hitting Paige with the chair. And my question is, what the hell did he expect to happen next? Obviously Paige eats that chair shot, barbecue chicken. And all this does is piss him off even more. Paige grabs Nana on the apron, and you know what this man does? You guessed it, he hits his little dancey dance. I cannot take this man serious, and neither could Paige, because he gets Prince Nana up and hits him with a deadeye through the table. And as Paige is recovering from going through another table, all of a sudden this dude Swerve comes from behind and hits Paige with a cinder block. Golly, stop the damn match. Swerve gets back up and he's looking at Hangman menacingly, bloody face and all that. What he does next seals the match. He finds a chain and wraps it around Hangman's neck, then throws it over the ring post to, well, you know what. I can't really say because we're on YouTube, but you get what I'm about to say. And my God, unfortunately, Hangman does not get to the 10 count and Swerve gets another win over him. This is absolutely crazy. The man broke into his crib, violated his child, and taunted him, and in the process of it, got away with another victory. I am speechless, I am saddened, and I am honestly amazed. What we just witnessed, people, was pure cinema. These 2 men putting their bodies on the line for the sake of pure hatred to this extent is something that makes me love being a fan of pro wrestling. Because let's be real here, we're all just instigators, and who doesn't want to see 2 grown men send each other to a Michael Jackson concert? I know I do, but we still have 2 more chapters to go. And man, oh man, what we see next makes this match look like child's play.